Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Three Mouseketeers, the sibling podcast that understands your Disney addiction. I'm Jared.
And I'm Amanda.
Obviously, you guys can see that we only have two present tonight. Emily has moved into a new house, so she is busy taking care of some of that stuff. I personally have been sick the past couple of days, so I'm sorry about my voice. It's very strained, but I'm here. So today we're going to be talking about some news that is Disney specific, and the first one that I wanted to talk about. So one of the big things that has been going through the news lately is the metaverse, and obviously with Facebook changing its name to Meta, for metaverse, and a lot of these different companies, Microsoft and some other big companies, basically going heavy into metaverse. Of course, you knew Disney was going to go into the metaverse also. Disney has actually announced that it has plans of going into the metaverse, which is pretty interesting to me. Amanda, do you know anything about the metaverse?
Okay, whenever I think about this, I think of what's that? Ready Player One.
Yeah, Ready Player One.
That's what I think of, and it's kind of terrifying.
Why is that terrifying?
You saw what happened in that movie.
Yes. That's fair, but in concept alone, I think it's great. But obviously there are some concerns there. But
Yeah, we're just gonna be stuck in our house all the time. We won't actually go anywhere.
Well,
We
we're
just
kind
go
of stuck in our
virtually.
house all the time anyway.
No,
Kind of.
maybe you are.
No,
I'm
we
not.
have a bunch of people who are staying home specifically and like getting remote work positions specifically to be able to stay home and stay away from other people. Okay, so one of the things that I found pretty interesting while doing some research is last year on LinkedIn, Tilak Mandadi, who is a former executive VP of digital for Disney, was actually talking about the physical and the digital world converging, and specifically talking about Disney itself getting into like the digital space. So it seems like Disney's already been talking about this previously, not just recently.
Well, I'm sure because this probably takes a while to get into that, I
Oh
would
yeah,
think. So they've probably been working on it behind the scenes for a long time.
I'm sure they have been.
I
I
mean,
mean,
even whenever it's not quite the same, but even whenever you went to like Disney World, if you went into Disney Springs, you could go to the void and it was virtual reality. So it's I'm guessing the predecessor to what you're talking about.
it could be. Uh, One of the things that I think that it could inevitably turn into is possibly digital theme parks, which is interesting in concept, I think. I don't know how that would actually work, but a
You
couple
go
of
and
ways that I could
pretend you're
see
on a
it going.
ride? I just don't
You
know.
could, yeah. I mean,
What's the fun in that?
think about this though. Like there are different rides that you sit still and the screen moves and you feel like there is motion to it. Maybe not the same as being on a ride physically, but I think it's possible if they get the technology there. I think that you could see digital rides. You could also see digital shows. I think that if somebody goes in and captures one of, like, say, The Lion King at Disney World, if you go and record it from a specific seat, then you could probably get in a virtual queue, get in the show, and watch the show. So I think it could be interesting.
Okay. I like seeing things live.
I do too, but sometimes you can't. Some people can't afford to go to Disney once or twice a year. So
No, and I can understand that, but I don't think it's the same experience if you're not there.
it's not, but at least it's a experience, and I think that's what Disney is trying to do. They're trying to capture that audience that might not be able to go for a lot of different reasons.
Okay. Interesting concept. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, again, it's all speculation, but I think it could be interesting what they do with it.
Yeah, we'll see. Remains to be seen. All right. I guess I will get into my first. The big thing is the Disney Cruise Line was awarded 2 gold badges by US News and World Report. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but US News and World Report um, does this for all kinds of things and travel and gives awards to different companies and shows where you should be spending your money, maybe, And so Disney Cruise Line specifically got 2 gold badges, one for best cruise line for families, which is not surprising. I mean, Disney is great for families
Yeah,
all
it's
over
not
the place.
surprising at all.
Yeah, and the other is best cruise line in the Caribbean, which is
That's
great.
pretty
I mean,
interesting.
that is because I mean there are cruise lines that the Caribbean is their specialty.
Right.
So for Disney to get this award is pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty high honors, I think.
I think so too. I mean, I can see why. Having recently gone on a Disney cruise, I can see how they earned it. I mean, even with all the safety measures and everything right now, it was still an amazing cruise, and I'd want to go again like tomorrow if I could.
Yeah, and that's on my bucket list is going on a Disney cruise. I have been on a cruise, but it was not Disney specific. Um, I can only imagine that Disney does it better because
Yeah,
typically their main focus is experience. Make the experience magical. So I can only assume that follows from the theme parks into the cruise line as well.
right. It was very, very good. And my daughter still talks about it all the time, how she wants to go. Like, that's where she wants to go. She doesn't necessarily want to go to Walt Disney World. She wants to go on a cruise.
That's
So
funny.
she's been won over and she's 5. So yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, is that like at the parks, there's a lot of walking around and standing in line. I don't know that that's necessarily true about the cruise lines.
Yeah. I mean, it is different. We went and it was a lot smaller capacity. There weren't nearly as many people as there normally is. So it'll be interesting whenever we go and the ship is actually full if we
Yeah,
still feel the same way. I mean, because she got to go to the kids club and there were like maybe 20 kids in there. So they're getting really good interaction and
right.
one-on-one attention. And I don't know that that's always the case, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
probably not. But I mean, if you think about it too, the capacity was down for the theme parks.
Yeah, but it's didn't always necessarily feel like it. Even though it was, there were still a lot of people. But on the cruise, there wasn't that feeling. Like when we went to Castaway Key, there was nobody there. You had your pick on where you wanted to sit. There were plenty of chairs and umbrellas and you had your pick. And I've heard that's not the case whenever the ship is full. Like you're fighting to get a chair. So
Yeah, or have
just a
to
different
reserve one
experience.
in advance.
Yeah. Or yeah, you're spending money to get a cabana and we didn't have to do that. There was
Yeah.
plenty of options. So we'll see.
Well, I know that the Disney Wish just got uh, talked about not long ago, so I'm really interested to see what the Disney Wish is going to bring.
Yeah, I actually looked at the Disney Wish not too long ago for a client and um there are still sailings available like in June for the 3-night cruises. At least a week ago there were. I was really surprised to see any availability for the Wish at all in June.
Yeah. No, I mean that would seem like the perfect time to go. Like right there in the middle of summer, the kids are out
They're out of
on summer
school.
break. Yeah, you would think
Yeah,
that it would be booked already,
and it's kind of before hurricane season.
right?
Yeah. So the 4 nights were all gone, but there were 2 3-night cruises still there,
Interesting.
surprisingly. Yeah.
Well,
So,
maybe they'll go on sale and then they'll be like, "Oh, Jared, here, you take one of these."
yeah, good luck with that.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty cool. I'm really excited about going on a Disney cruise. I need to find time to do it and
Yeah, you
money. I
do.
guess I need money too. If anybody wants me to go on a cruise and let them know how it is, send me the money.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the second one that I wanted to talk about is the Disney NFTs. If you have been living under a rock, NFTs are non fungible tokens and they're pretty much digital art. And Disney, of course, has gotten into NFTs. They just launched their first NFTs this week. And I actually do have a picture of these. These are called Golden Moments. And there's quite a few of them. The first two that were launched, they were launched together. It's Homer and Bart here on the left hand side of the screen, and the skateboard. The skateboard on the bottom of it, it has Bart's skull and crossbones. And we have Elsa and the Sorcerer Mickey's hat. There's also Wally and the Pizza Planet truck, which Pizza Planet truck is obviously in like all Pixar movies from Toy Story in, after. And then there's the Iron Man and the Avengers logo. You have C3PO and R2D2. And the next one that's going to be, or I guess the next and the last one that's going to be released is the Disney pairs. This is Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse, the iconic statue. I mean, have you seen these yet?
I saw the Mickey and Walt one, and then I think that's the only one I've seen. I've been talking to my husband about them every day, but I haven't actually seen any of the pictures. Just talking about what they are. So
Yeah.
interesting
So
to actually see them.
I've I know that I've been trying to get some. Your husband's been trying to get some. So all of these, except for the Mickey and Walt, they were released and were sold out within minutes.
Within seconds.
Yeah, within seconds in a lot of cases. Uh, so yeah, the only one that's going to be released is tomorrow, and that's the Walt and Mickey. But this one's very rare, and it's going to be expensive. And like pretty much everything that is on here, you can buy secondhand, but it's about 5 to 10 times more expensive than what you originally bought it for.
Which is crazy to me
Yeah.
because as of right now, and things may change with the metaverse or whatever, but as of right now, there's not really much to do with them.
Not yet, but that's the great thing though, is that there will be eventually.
Maybe.
What they're going to be used for, I think, is statues, like building up your own personal digital real estate, and then placing these statues on your property and just having them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're digital art is basically what it is.
So you're gonna have a mansion in your digital world and have statues out front
I mean,
or in the
basically,
courtyard or
basically, yeah.
interesting.
And I mean, I've been looking into some digital real estate also, and I mean, it's kind of expensive right now, but I can only imagine it's going to be even more expensive once the metaverse is completely up and running.
Yeah. See, this is all craziness and sci-fi to me.
Well, I mean, it's technology. Get with it.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna throw these up one more time. Really, in all honesty, I really wanted to get the Pizza Planet truck, and I was very upset that I didn't get that. And
I
I would
mean,
really like the Walt and Mickey statue.
that one is really cool. I wouldn't mind that one. If I had to choose them, I would do that one or R2D2 probably would be
Really,
my
that's
top two.
surprising.
Yeah.
Over like Sorcerer Mickey's hat.
Yeah. It's just meh
Okay. I
on the
do like the
cuteness
Iron Man
scale.
also.
Yeah, and I know some of them are rare and some of them aren't, and it's
Yeah.
weird 'cause I can't remember which one it was. I don't remember now, but one of them, the rare one, sold for less than the other one that was with it, like, when on the resale market. I can't remember which one that was, but
You might be talking
that's kinda
about
weird.
the Pizza Planet truck in Wally. Um, I did see the Pizza Planet truck selling for less than the Wally, but that I think that's just based off of somebody listing it at a certain price and not necessarily what the market value is.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, the Mickey and Walt iconic statue, that one's actually that's a very rare item, so there's probably not going to be that many of those. But I think there was like 10,000 of the others,
I
something
think
along
my
those lines.
husband said that for the Walt and Mickey one, there's only gonna be 4,000 of them,
Yeah. So like I
and the
said,
other
not
ones were,
not that
like,
many.
and, like, I think the Elsa one had, like, 12,000.
Yeah, something along those lines. So yeah, so if you're interested in Disney NFTs, I mean, that's
Go for it.
yeah, that's it. I'm sure at some point in time they're going to release more. I don't think this is going to be the only batch, but I think to go along with the 50th anniversary, they wanted to get the Disney icons and the golden moments released.
I mean, basically, they're getting money for nothing, so
I mean, not really. I mean, is
okay,
digital art.
okay.
Do you pay for your, I don't know, Disney Plus, right?
But I'm
That's
actually watching Disney Plus.
but you
It's
get a
different.
you get a digital piece of art.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's some people's thing. It's not others. So
Yeah. I mean, maybe whenever it gets bigger, maybe I'll understand more, but right now I'm just like, "Eh,
well,
that's me."
get with the times.
Okay. Hey, I'm having a hard enough time with TikTok right now. Leave me alone. All right. Well, I want to talk next about Adventures by Disney. They just announced an Arctic expedition cruise. And first of all, that sounds amazing. It's going to go up into Norway, which, I mean, I've been around the Arctic before, the Arctic Circle, because I lived in Fairbanks, Alaska. But Norway's different. I would totally go to Norway, especially with Adventures by Disney. Right now, they've released two different dates, and these are both in 2023. So it is a little ways off, but one is in June, so June 19th through 28th, and the other is July 10th through 19th of 2023. These are 10 days and 9 nights, and it's actually a cruise too. So you'll have different cabins depending on which price you pay or whatever. It'll include 25 meals and then all of your excursions and everything while you're gone. Um, it's meant for really adults. Children can go, 8 and up can go, but they say it's really better for 10 and up. So that leaves me and my kids out. But for some people, sounds like a pretty amazing thing. And the booking opens tomorrow for the general public. It's already been open for the last few days for Club 33 and Golden Oaks and Castaway Club members like the Gold and Platinum. So these have already been booked, and some categories actually are already booked, but everybody can start booking tomorrow. And one of the really cool things I thought is on the July trip, Joe Rohde's going to be on there, and he'll be like talking to everyone and talking about his career with Disney and different experiences and stuff. And I was like, that I really want to go
That's
on
the
that
one to
one.
be on.
Yeah, that's the one to be on.
Yeah.
And that's the one I looked at and noticed that some of the cabins are already sold out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So, and
Just
this
put
trip,
Joe Rohde's name on there, and everybody will
exactly.
buy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you can go in June for as little as $11,999 per person.
Oh wow.
Or for the July trip, $12,599 per person.
Well, again, if anybody wants to pay for me to go and experience this, I will be more than grateful.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds really cool. It's based on double occupancy, so you really need more like 25,000 because there has to be two of
Yeah.
you.
Well, I mean,
Or you're going to be by yourself paying 25,000, one or the other.
that's fair. Yeah, I mean, along with the Disney cruise, it just seems like it's going to be a great experience. And it gives you something a little different than what they typically do, which, I mean, most cruises aren't going to the Arctic. So
No,
I just think that it would be a really fun experience. And
I think so
nine
too.
nights and 10 days, that's a pretty long trip.
It is. This is not on a Disney cruise ship, though. It's a
Right,
different company, and the ship is a lot smaller than a Disney cruise ship. But
right.
right, it's more personalized experience.
Yeah. No, and I mean, I wasn't trying to say that it was a Disney cruise.
No,
I was
no,
just
I just
saying,
wanted to, since we're talking about it being a cruise and we talked about Disney
oh, yeah, yeah.
cruises, I just wanted to make sure that I said that it's not actually a Disney cruise ship.
If it was a Disney cruise ship, then I would think that all kids would be able to go,
Right.
not
I'm
just
guessing
10 and above.
it's probably the excursions because I mean they're going into the glaciers and things and it looks like actually in like small like raft type boats. So it's probably too dangerous, I would guess, for little kids on that type of thing.
Yeah, probably so.
Right. So that's probably why they suggest older children go.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I
But
mean,
still
that
looks
sounds like
cool.
a really fun time.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Well, the last one that I have for tonight is talking about Disney Plus subscribers. So the company itself was hoping for single digit millions of subscribers added. So the company has actually added 2.1 million Disney Plus subscribers. That's this last quarter that they added the 2.1 million.
They
But
added 2.1 million in one quarter.
yes,
That's a lot.
which is lower than they expected.
That still seems like a lot to me.
I mean,
2
it is a
million?
lot, but I mean, whenever
Because
you're
they've been out for
considering,
a while, so it's
they
not like
have
it's
been.
the first month and, you know.
Right, but the thing is, though, is they're pushing Disney Plus very hard right now. Like
Yeah.
Chapek
No, I
and
know.
Disney as the company has really attached their whole identity
Their
with
whole
Disney Plus
wagon
right now.
is yeah, attached to Disney Plus. I totally
Yeah.
get it. But right now, so this past quarter, has there been anything new that's come out?
Uh,
I, like
well,
big, anything new that's big.
well, they had Black Widow come out with a Disney Plus launch.
But you had to pay extra for it, so
Yeah.
that doesn't count, I don't think. Because nobody's going to sign up for Disney Plus to see that when they have to pay for it extra.
Right. I don't know.
So, like before, I'm I think like Loki when Loki came out, that was in the quarter before. I think the Mandalorian. It's been a while since that was out, so that was a different quarter.
Yeah, that was
So what?
no.
There
That was
hasn't been
last year.
anything.
Mandalorian
Yeah.
was last year, so
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's been anything big this quarter that has really boosted that would have boosted sales.
yeah,
Not that I can think of.
I don't know that there is, honestly. I mean, there's stuff that's coming up. I know
Yeah,
that for
and
sure, and they're really expecting a lot more people to sign up as subscribers. Uh,
right. I would think to have a whole bunch of subscribers in a quarter, you need something big that quarter to actually drive in the people.
yeah,
That's my opinion. I am not a business person at all, even though I have a business degree. But in my opinion, you need something big to bring people in, and there just wasn't anything big this quarter for them.
yeah. So I guess as of right now, I'll go ahead and give the total numbers. There's 118.1 million subscribers for Disney Plus, and that's estimated. But it seemed like other people were actually pretty high on what Disney was actually going to be able to do in terms of subscribers. It looked like the estimated amount was supposed to be 125.4 million subscribers. So that's
This
what
quarter or total?
total.
Okay. I was like, that's a lot.
No, not. I mean, obviously, if they had 22.1 million subscribers and they were estimating 125.4 million, then yeah, there would be something
I know.
completely wrong.
That's why I was like, they fell way short.
Yeah, no, the 125.4 is total subscribers.
Okay.
So they're what, about 9 million? No, a little bit less than that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm terrible at math. This is not a math podcast. Uh, yeah, so it's just really weird that Disney, being what it is and what we know it as, has really just attached everything to Disney Plus. It seems like they're going with a boom or bust scenario with Disney Plus. And it kind of made me think, like, what are people really signing up and going to Disney Plus for? Because if you think about like Netflix and Hulu and some of these other streaming platforms, like, it's not just one piece of content. And I know Disney Plus has a little bit of other content on there. It has like Nat Geo and stuff like that, but it's all under the same umbrella. So if you go to Netflix, you're going to get stuff from Korea, and you're going to get stuff from, the States, and you're going to get stuff from England, and, all over the world. Where Disney Plus, you're going to get Disney content primarily.
You get stuff from Australia. Bluey's on there.
Okay. Fair
Hey, I'm
enough.
just giving examples. It's all over the world.
But you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. Yeah.
So the crazy thing though is that Disney owns majority of Hulu.
Yeah.
So why attach yourself to Disney Plus so hard whenever you already have a majority stake in a streaming service?
I do not know if this is true. It's a rumor I heard, but that Hulu may merge into Disney Plus eventually, and that Hulu won't be there anymore. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard.
I don't know that that's necessarily true, because they would have to end up buying out NBC Universal to be able to do that, I think. Unless NBC Universal actually signed off on merging in and they got a certain percentage of profits or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily see that happening.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm not a analyst, but
Yeah. I don't know. That was a rumor I heard. Like I said, it was a rumor, but
I mean, you
we'll
do see that, if you have the Hulu account, you have Disney Plus and ESPN attached to it.
Yeah. So to me, Disney Disney Plus seems at this point a lot more geared to children or nostalgia than it does to the new content. I think they need a lot more new content that is exciting and drives people to the platform before it's going to be huge, like
Yeah,
Netflix or Hulu.
I think you're going to get that, because
Eventually,
what do
but
they
it
have?
takes time.
They have several Marvel shows coming out. They have several Star Wars shows coming out, which with The Mandalorian, we saw how well that went.
It just takes
There's,
so long in between what they have.
yeah,
That's the issue. There's not enough to have where you're going to go every night and watch something different. They have really one new show every couple of months, it seems
yeah.
like. So
I
until they
mean,
have enough shows that they're filling every night, every month out of the year, there's not going to be people who are just going to have Disney Plus.
yeah,
They're going to have the other platforms too.
yeah. And that's what I'm not understanding with their concept of where Disney Plus is going to go. Because, I mean, you're competing with Netflix, you're competing with Hulu. Those are obviously the two biggest competitors right now. And they have stuff coming out all the time.
Well, they're a lot bigger at this point. They have the money to
Yeah.
do that.
As a streaming service, yeah, they are a lot bigger at
Right.
this point.
I think Disney had a false sense of what Disney Plus was going to be because of when it came out. It kind of gave a different spin on it than what it would have been if there wouldn't have been a pandemic. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You saw more people flock to it because they missed Disney.
Right.
And so they went there. They went to Disney Plus. Well, now the parks are open. So now they're going back to the parks and like, I don't need Disney Plus anymore.
Yeah. And I think that's probably why you're seeing that people are estimating such high subscribers and not actually meeting those numbers.
Yeah.
I don't
We'll
know.
see.
It's pretty interesting. So Chapek says that their goal is to reach 230 to 260 million subscribers by 2024. So that's adding what?
That's almost doubling.
Yeah. That's almost double what the subscribers are right now. That's ambitious.
It is ambitious. It is.
We'll see what
They
happens.
need a lot more content. They need a lot more original shows that you can only see on Disney Plus.
Yeah. And the thing that you're going to see, though, is you're going to see this influx and then like a retraction of subscriber numbers because, like, even with the NFTs that I was talking about earlier, they were giving away like a certain amount of, I think it was 3 months of Disney Plus whenever you bought one of these NFTs. So you're going to see subscriber numbers boost up once you get those 3 months. And then after those 3 months, maybe a third, 2/3 are going to keep it.
Yeah. Well, that whenever they first started, I know Verizon gave you a free year of Disney Plus when it first started. So those subscriptions have probably started falling off because the year's up. So
Probably.
a lot of people may not have renewed their subscription. But then there's also, whenever they first started, Disney offered the special where if you paid for all 3 years up front, you got a huge discount. It was like, I don't know, a free year or something. I don't know. Anyway, but that before too long, those are going to start falling off too. And people may not renew after that if they don't have something to keep them there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you are going to see some things come up like the Marvel shows, the Star Wars shows. I know that Pinocchio live action is going to be coming at some point. Miss Marvel is going to be coming eventually.
Yeah.
So,
but a lot of the Marvel ones, like WandaVision, that was, I really enjoyed WandaVision, but it was only one season.
Yeah, but I think that was mostly to set up what was going to be happening
in the movies, which I totally get, but it doesn't leave you very much to keep you subscribing. Does that make sense? You don't have anything to look forward to with that one. It's over.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in terms of what to look forward to, you would look forward to the movies, right? You would look forward to like the next chapter of all of these movies coming in,
right? But
you can go and watch those in theater,
right? They're not doing them straight to Disney Plus anymore. They've learned their lesson.
Hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully they've learned their lesson, or at least get your contracts right.
Right.
Renegotiate your contracts if that's what you're going to do. But
right.
I mean, I think they really learned their lesson with that.
I think they make more money whenever they are released in the theaters, even Disney does, than when they're just released on their streaming service.
Yeah.
So.
Probably so.
I don't
know.
This is above my pay grade.
It's definitely above my pay grade as well. But I like talking about it. I like speculating. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I am looking forward to some of the shows that are coming out. But is it going to be enough to keep people invested in Disney Plus, and I don't necessarily know that it will.
We'll
Like
see.
Loki's going to be fun.
Yes, I enjoyed Loki.
Loki is great. I love
Yeah,
Loki.
but I know a lot of people signed up for Disney Plus
Hmm.
while shows were out, and then as soon as the show was over, they dropped it.
Yep, and they can do that because Disney is so spread out on releasing stuff. Like you saw it with
Right.
Mandalorian also. Like people were
Yeah.
subscribing and then Mandalorian was over and then they
So
just
they dropped it.
unsubscribed.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Disney really needs to fix that. They need to start coming out with stuff quicker, and they need to have a variety of shows. So one thing you watch on Monday night, one thing you watch on Tuesday night, a new thing comes out on Wednesday night. And they need to like overlap them. So one runs for these 8 weeks, the other one starts the next week and runs for these 10 weeks or whatever, so that they overlap. And then by the time that one's over, they're involved in something else, kind of like the networks do. They need to start thinking that way.
Honestly, I'm kind of over the weekly episode releases. I don't like it
Hey,
anymore. Just
I
let me
like it.
binge. Let me binge.
I like it because I pay more attention whenever there's only one episode than whenever I'm just sitting there watching episode after episode.
Nah.
I
Just
get
let me
involved in
binge.
something else or whatever, and then it just becomes background noise.
Yeah, but you can always start the episode back over.
I don't. I don't though, because I moved on to the next one.
Fair. I don't know. I know that a lot of people feel kind of the same way that I do in a sense of, we're past the weekly releases at this point.
But
So,
financially, if they want to keep their subscribers, that's what they need to do.
no, I mean, if they want to keep their subscribers, they need to get more content on the platform,
But if you're
not
binging
just,
it in a week,
yeah,
then you've defeated
yeah.
the purpose.
No, you haven't. I mean, if you're creating enough content like Netflix does, then you're going to have people watching new shows like every week. You'll binge a show one week. Guess what? After that week is over, there's something else that's new and trending that you're trying to watch. So you can keep up with people at work talking about this new show.
Hmm. Okay.
I mean, it's just the way that things are now. Like people expect to have the capability of watching everything in a weekend instead of watching everything one time a week for like 8 weeks. Just
Okay.
my opinion.
You're entitled to your opinion.
I am. My
See,
opinion's
people
right.
now are just too into instant gratification. There's no build up anymore. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't
That's why
necessarily
you want
see
to
that as a
binge.
bad thing.
Oh, I do.
I don't. I mean, give me the content. Let me watch the content. Like I get if they were having to go through and edit everything the week before, then that'd be one thing. But they're not doing that.
Hmm.
They're probably going like half of the episodes edited before they release,
Yeah.
at least, if not all of them. I don't know. Anyway, Amanda, do you have anything else, or was that all you had?
That was all I had. I mean, there's
Okay.
lots still going on, but you know, I just liked to talk about the travel stuff tonight.
Yeah. I mean, travel's always fun.
I feel
So,
like I need a vacation.
so your husband had a comment. We have now gone back to Ready Player One again. We won't go outside anymore and live in a virtual world watching TV shows. The funny thing is I can see that happening. I can see us watching digital TV on our digital couches in our digital homes.
Which
It's,
is ridiculous.
I mean,
It
depends on the
is.
way you look at it.
No, it's crazy.
Depends on how you look at it. Anyway, okay,
Ay,
well,
ay,
that's going to
ay.
do it. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. Make sure you like and follow and subscribe on YouTube. You can find it at bit.ly/T3M YouTube. That's all lowercase. Click the bell to get notified whenever we have new episodes. That's going to be every other Thursday. And do the same for our podcast. You can find us on Apple and Stitcher and Spotify and all the places. So just search the Three Mouseketeers and like and subscribe, and we'll have new podcast episodes out every Thursday.
Yeah. And if you want to get ready to plan a vacation, you can contact me at amanda.hollis@capturethemagicvacations. That's my email address. Oh, .com. Don't forget about that. Um, or you can find me on Facebook at Amanda Hollis Capture the Magic Vacations.
And as always, you can find us on social media at T3M Podcast, and that's all social media platforms. So join us there, and we'll have great conversations. But that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you all for joining us,
Have a zippity-doo-dah day.
and see you real soon.